Welcome to this meeting of the Licensing Committee on Tuesday, the 20th of February, 2024. If we start with agenda item number 1, to receive apologies for absence, and I have apologies from Councillor Marsh and Councillor Platts. Item number 2, to receive declarations of interest from members in respect of any matter on the agenda. Do I have any declarations of interest? Thank you. Item number 3, to agree by general affirmation the minutes of the previous meeting held on 17th of July 2023. Is that generally agreed? Yeah, agreed. Thank you. Item number 4, to consider any items that the chairman agrees to take as urgent business. I have none. Item number 5, renewal of the policy on licensing of sex establishments. So if I could ask Mr. Bryan, please, to introduce this topic.
Chair, thank you. Members, the report in front of you this evening is to seek your views on the draft policy for the licensing of sex establishments before it is considered by the Scrutiny Committee, and then following that consideration goes out to public consultation. Now, the existing policy came into effect back in 2010, and it's been renewed regularly a number of years, and good practice suggests that the policy is reviewed every 5 years, and it's now due for its next renewal. The recommendation on the report is that the committee are recommended to endorse the policy at Appendix 1 to be forwarded for consideration by the Scrutiny Committee for People and Communities. As I said, the policy came into effect on the 1st of September 2010. It enables the Council to regulate and control applications for 3 types of venues. One is sexual entertainment venues, sex cinemas and sex shops, which are defined in the Local Government Miscellaneous Provisions Act of 1982. There are currently no such establishments within Mid-Sussex. And the Act itself allows local authorities to place a limit on the number of these establishments that it will licence. The Council's current policy states that the number of establishments that it will licence is 0. However, the 0 policy does not prevent applications being made, and if applications are made, then they would be considered by the Licensing Committee with reference to this policy, and the policy would be taken into account by any applicants for such licences. I would say that to date the Council has never received an application for a sex establishment licence. Since the policy was last approved back in 2019, there have been no legislative changes that affect the policy, and officers have reviewed the current policy to ensure it provides clear guidance to any future applicants and the panel and remains fit for purpose. And whilst there's no statutory requirement for a policy, it is considered good practice to implement a policy as it informs applicants and the Council regarding the decision-making process. And the current review period in the policy is 5 years. Obviously, in the event of there being any legislative changes during the new policy or any developments in case law that could materially impact the policy, it will be reviewed and updated as required. If the committee recommend and endorse the policy, it will be scrutinised by the People and Community Scrutiny Committee, and after this, public consultation will take place for a period of 6 to 8 weeks. If there are no significant representations made, the policy will be agreed and adopted by full council. If there are significant representations made, it will be reconsidered by the Scrutiny Committee to take into account the representations. The report is there in front of members together with the draft policy, and if there are any questions, I would welcome them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bryan. Have any of the councillors got questions or comments to make regarding this policy? No, thank you very much. So therefore, can we move on to page 5, where the recommendation is put forward? The committee are recommended to endorse the policy on licensing of sex establishments at Appendix 1 for consideration by the Scrutiny Committee for People and Communities. Do I have a proposal for this recommendation, please? A councillor would like, thank you. Councillor Mogford, you propose.
I'd be happy to propose that.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder for this? Thank you, Councillor Kennedy. So please, can you now vote accordingly? So I have to wait to see if everybody has voted. So if you're in favour, it's green, and then the rest turn grey. If you're not too sure, abstain. Right, it appears a unanimous agreement to adopt this policy. Thank you very much, committee. I will move on to item number 6, questions pursuant to Council Procedure Rule 10.2. I have received none, so this will close our committee meeting at 5 minutes after 7. Thank you very much for attending.